how are things with your children today?
It's a work in progress. You just have to watch the show as it plays out. I'm not in Georgia, I'm in South Florida. And they're 7 hours away. So we are in production. Who knows what the future holds?
Did you film it all with your kids this season?
Um, we had a little sit down talk. That's the only thing that we have so far.
And what was that experience like? Because I know you've been a bit estranged.
It was rough, but like I said, you just have to watch the season to know. And that was a hard situation. I will have to say that.
Do you keep up with your girls on social media? I know they have a lot of
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. I'll be commenting on their thing when Anna goes live. I'll be all up on their They know it. Mama don't ever stop being mama in addiction or non-addiction. So you have to keep up. Alana's got them what I like to call stripper eyelashes on. I tell her them things are too long.
I know Alana's been taking a little bit of heat online from people who have opinions about her having fun with makeup. How do you react to that as a mom?
She's a 15-year-old child, and she's a 10th grader in high school. She's got friends. She's always been that diva-licious. Even at the age of 4, everybody knows that's what everybody fell in love with. She's a glitz girl, and glitz girls love hair and makeup. And, she's not that 4-year-old child that everybody fell in love with 10 years ago. She's a 15-year-old, teenager. And she's a 10th grader. I mean, she's a teenager. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah. A big focus this season seems to be the emotional aspect of your relationship with your daughters, and your relationship with Gino seems to be a huge obstacle between you.
We all hated Gino because Mama picked him and drugs over us.
How do you feel when you watch your daughters talking about that? How do you feel when you watch them?
As a mom, it's hard. They say like in the 12-step program, try to make an amends. That's one of the steps in the 12-step program. And as long as it's not gonna hurt you or the other person. Recovery, just like addiction, came number one. And it sounds selfish as a mom, but recovery is even more selfish. And I have to be good for me to be good for somebody else.
So I know that you've expressed verbally how sorry you are for the way that this played out. How are you showing your girls that you mean it and that you want to be a part of their lives?
Alana is still living with Pumpkin currently. So, making phone calls, just showing them, like staying present. Sounds bad, me staying present on my social media. Sending, pictures or, trying to get somebody to talk to them through somebody else and trying to realize that, stop. A lot of people beat me up for that, for being so far away from my children. But it's like, how can I be good for somebody else if I can't be good for myself?
We can't just forgive and forget overnight.
You've let a man come between your kid.
She's got to prove to us that she's all better.
Do you think there's a world that can exist where your daughters find forgiveness in Gino in order to make amends with you?
I definitely think there will be. Like I said, it's just a work in progress. I think it will, because me and the girls have always been close. And I think a lot of fans and a lot of people, period, think that he had the influence of drugs. But the reality is I was the one with all the drug dealers. I was the one that was hooking him up with the dope. It's just, like I said, it's the best way to describe it to somebody is it's a work in progress. It's an everyday thing.
If it came down to you got to pick us or you got to pick him, what do you say to that?
That's a no-brainer. You always pick your kids. Men come and go. Kids in some family always stay.
You mentioned that Alana is still living with Pumpkin. Is it a goal of yours to have Alana come live with you again at some point?
Ultimately, yes, that would be the actual reality of it. But who knows? I'm only, I don't know. I'm only that one person, and they always say that, they were working on my timeline, and now, I've learned in recovery that I have to work on their timeline. But I don't stop. I don't ever stop trying. And that's me as a mom. Even in my addiction, I wouldn't stop trying.
Watching Pumpkin, she's 21 years old. She's a loving wife. She's a loving mother. and she's also taking care of Alana. How do you feel knowing that your 21-year-old daughter really does have a lot on her plate?
One, I mean, I'm very proud of her, for and foremost. And our family has always been close. So did she have to step up? No. Did she choose to step up? Yes. Am I very grateful for that? Yes. And I will always be. She's done a damn good job. But, we've always been so close that I knew without a shadow of a doubt when this situation happened, I felt great about it? No. Sorry. Hell no, I didn't. But, I knew that Pumpkin wasn't going to allow to happen to her.
Yeah. She's a very strong woman. What do you think, June, it will take to ultimately reconcile with your girls?
I honestly just think it will be time and showing them and being present and being never going away and showing them that, hey, I am clean. I am sober. I am doing the things I need to do to get back into your life. Mm-hmm. So that to me is what isn't going to happen overnight. And I know that. Trust me, would I like my fingers just to snap and be like that? No, it didn't happen like that when I was in my addiction. And it's not going to happen like that in my recovery.
Smell of beautiness.
Mama June, we have really gotten to know you over the last decade since you have opened up your life to the world and you invite these cameras in to capture the moments, the good and the bad. I'm curious, how will you know when it's time to say goodbye to the cameras?
We've had talks about that, like in the past, me and the kids have. October 12th of this year will be a decade on TV. A decade. So everything that we've done has been number one. And that's us giving 100% of our life, real life, unscripted to the world. Who knows? We maybe, now that the Kardashians retired, maybe we'll take over their spot. We don't make Kardashian money, no. But it's been enough to be able to support us throughout the years. We represent the crazy, dysfunctional side of America.
Well, whether people love you or hate you, we can't deny you always keep it real, Mama June.
Yes.
Always keep it real.
Yes.
Over the last 10 years, I would love you to kind of take a little stroll down memory lane. What is the one moment that you're most proud of? And what is the one moment that you wish never made it to air, or maybe you wish that cameras hadn't been there in the first place?
The most proudest moment, I became a grandmother for the first time. I became a grandmother 2 times. Watching the kids grow up, it's been a crazy adventure. The one thing I would hope that never would have hit air, I don't think any of it, honestly, because it's real. It's real life. Bringing the real back into reality TV and not have a script. I regret me going into addiction, yes. But a lot of people don't realize that before even Here Comes Honey Boo Boo, when I was 20 years old back in 2000, I started doing meth. I did it off and on until 2015 till I met Gino when he told me I went cold turkey. And then 2 years later, I picked up cocaine addiction. Those things, I don't wish that I would have done that, but I'm glad that I went public. And the reason why is because so many people's life has been changed because of that. People have told me on my Instagram that they have become clean. I've helped them become clean. So for me, do I regret anything that's showed on TV? No.
There are so many opinions about you, Mama June. Mm-hmm. What do you want the world to know about you? How do you want people to perceive you?
People can perceive me however the hell they want to. We're not caught up in the hoopla of the reality world or the entertainment world. We're real. We're down to earth. We'll give you the shirt off our back. We'll help anybody we can. And I think that through last season and now in my recovery, I have gave back to hundreds of thousands of fans, and they've gave back more to me than I can ever give to them. And so for me, that's the only thing I can say is that we're real. What you see is what you get, whether we're on camera or we're off camera. We loud, we proud, and it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.